Hello everybody, my name is Panchito and welcome back to Outer Worlds Part 2. I didn't know I was recording for over an hour yesterday. I kind of wanted to do an hour let's play, so depending where I land and so on. But anyways, let's continue this awesome game. Borst worst, it's not the worst unless the Borst worst. Raising your determination skills unlocks the ability to heal your companions when you activate Inhaler. Hold E to transition to Edgewater. On the screen you can see the information on your active and complete quest. Let's read that. Hey, I'm already outside. No, I'm gonna go back in. Alright guys, I'm gonna get this. Salt tuna. Cannery, the only source of protein a busy worker needs. Did I tell you guys how much this game looks cool? I like it. Hello? Anybody? Ooh. Ooh, I found some goodies. Come on, if I do. Okay, put that shit away, because I don't know if people get crazy up in this business. Hello?
They start asking you for some medicine, come tell me. I'll set them straight.
Okay. Alright. Oh, this has got to be a saloon or something. Kinda feels like a saloon.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
Okay, I won't go in there then. The barbershop, let me guess, cut my hair. Hello. Your place is a little dirty. What you got going on here, Governor? Oops, sorry. You didn't say nothing.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs.
Like your face?
Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
No. I'm looking to repair my shit. Prepare my remains for what? Goodbye. Let's try number one.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head. Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties.
You don't seem to like him much. I got some questions for you. Yeah, let's do one.
He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority.
I should go. Fuck out of here. This place sucks. Alright, can I go in here? Nope. Ooh, can't do that. Hello.
Another day at the cannery.
Yeah?
Don't go knocking your work. At least we've got work.
See a ladder. I'm gonna go up that ladder, I think. Nope, there's not a ladder. General store. Hello.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you...
me see what you are selling. I need to fix the shipping and where I can find parts. Number 2.
You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery. Music to my ears.
Let's see what you got, right? Oh, cool. Let's see, how much do I got? 46. Okay, so nothing I can get here except this. Bypass shunt. Tools used to hack computers. Complex password or security risks. Difficult to remember and often written nearby. Security recommends using a simple, easy to recall code like 1234 or your supervisor's name. Ooh. Wow. Maxwell, the silver hammer was built in an extra weight for crushing hits to the head and other weak spots, but it isn't well balanced for smooth swings. This is I think these are one of these, I can't remember what game it was. You can upgrade the weapon and eventually it gave you like these little flames at the end of it, so you kind of like coming out a little bit, and then when you're swinging there's like a button, you press it and I can see that boost of strength, and it just bam, just crushes or destroys whatever you're hitting. I remember I used it a lot in the game, and you could upgrade it to that point or you find it like that. I just can't remember what it was. It's like maybe a 2 or 3 year old game. I just can't remember what it was. Oh, it's Fallout. Yeah, I remember. It's Fallout 4. That's funny. I think it's this. What is this? Restricted stock. Reactive kinetic shield projector. Oh, when your health drops too low, this mod makes you temporarily invulnerable and increases your regeneration for a short time. This effect has a cooldown. Ah, that would be really cool to have. Yes, that's very helpful. 49. Looks like bananas. It is bananas. Weapon parts. Tartar sauce. There's always a tartar sauce somewhere. Damn, they jab this in their heart? Oh, okay, how do I buy it? I have 46. Oh, it's 49. Ah, oh, stupid. I thought it was cheaper. Never mind. Ammunition, ballistic weapons like heavy weapons, and most long guns. Machine gun, assault rifle, revolver, sawed-off shotgun, of course. Alright, nothing. Can't do nothing to that. Okay. This is the
Something got
church.
you down?
Nothing. Just don't want to fall sick.
Get there later.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
How are you looking at, Mr. Fancy Pants? Oh, I can't hit nothing. Okay. Edge water. What happens if I run into you? Nothing.
I've got some time. Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Some crazy jobs here.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
At least you got your health.
What is this? Helicon. Constable. Any more goodies I could find? Goody? Yes, it is. Nice. Excuse me.
I hope that wasn't loud.
I forgot to add a mute button to the microphone. So I do apologize if you catch me in advance. If you see me starting to make like kind of face, cover your ears or just turn off your speakers for that moment.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
Nothing I can do about that.
Wanted, Doc Mabel Burgess. From the Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, a writ of execution effective immediately to Mabel Burgess, former Space Choice physician condemned on charges of dereliction of duty, disappeared from Edgewater with 2 parcels of adrenatime at large and dangerous, wanted for destruction of company property, murder, and the company works in good standing, vandalism, and unlicensed practice of medicine and serious criminals. Generous bounty payment on delivery must be able to sign your own name. See considerable drives for details. Same dude. They gave us this mission to do the thing. Remember goodies? Service award. Hello? Nothing but Malawi. Hello? Oh, he wanted the skin of an entire dog spread. I guess I can take that because it's not red. For some reason, that looked like the character from Wall-E. The one that gets mad, that cleans everything. Go. It does that little, because he's like, I like that little character, he's cute. I can't remember, they made a toy out of it. Such a cute little toy. I've always wanted to get one, but I could never get one. Didn't have the cash for it. And now the company supposedly went out of business, or I think they were bought out or something like that. They weren't successful. What can you do? Vending machines. Vending machines offer a variety of items to purchase, mostly from one company. A hack skill of 20 or higher allows you to sell items to the vending machine. Restricted items on a vendor can only be purchased when you have high enough reputation with the associated faction, or a hack skill of 40 or higher. See, I told you this stuff was going to be needed. choice. It's Spacer's choice. Nothing. Space is more style cathoids.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
I know your secret.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
Really? I think you have the wrong idea.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator. I don't plan on staying long.
Only regulator we got is hooked
hello.
up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Okay, do tell. Frying myself?
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him.
Oh, shit.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say most abandoned, what do you mean? That's a lot to ask of a stranger. Tell me about this geothermal plant. Number one.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Tell me what I need to do. What a surprise. I would never guessed. I don't think these people will take kindly to losing their power. You mean moderators? Moderators aren't people.
The people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
All right, Reed. I'll see what I can do to help you. How will I recognize Adelaide? Let's do two.
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
These workers must have left town for a reason. What if Adelaide doesn't want to come back? You're asking me to cause power to an entire community?
I am asking you to help us survive. Edgewater needs more workers or we will collapse. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that. Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale?
Yes.
Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide.
Of course, gorgeous.
I mean, if
I'll
that's all
take you
right with
me.
you, Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, Mr. Thompson, don't be a bitch.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented
That's a
and
good choice.
may prove useful to you.
Sure, I could use a company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so
I'll tell you that.
I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Alright. CP Manager Seminar. Companions. You gain the companion. There are characters that join you in your adventure to help you in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. The skills enhance your skills. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration of skill. Learn more about your companion within Companion Legend. The quest tracker displays the objects for the actor's quest. You can change the actor's quest in the quest log for your ledger. Okay, so where am I going? Come on. No, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking. Yeah, you look like Ooh, look at that reflection in your eyes. Oh, that is so cool.
Hey, ma'am,
Yes?
can we talk?
What's up?
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
This is about deserters, so what's on the other side of it? Figures. Reed didn't exactly strike me as the most honest soul, but Kennedy seemed pretty straightforward to me. If I wanted to deal with the nuisance, I would have been heavily armed. Let's move on.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town got issues. How well did you know the deserters? You work with them? You were friends, or what? Did you know this Edela really mentioned?
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. We'll stop by.
Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Alright, let's go. So...
On my way!
Prefabricated living just like home. Taste the freedom. Spacious choice. Helicon is part of the Helicon. Blah, 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 blah. Trespassing, lockpicking, hacking, and murder are all considered illegal activities and are frowned upon by society. Avoid being seen if you want to engage in those activities without consequences.
Oh, clever. Got it. Inside voices.
Ladies gotta eat, so let's just... Nobody can see us. Okay, is there any more goodies? Let's stand up. Nothing. Some good stuff here. Holy toxie free. Oh, it's the shitter. Just test this baby out. Future shit and all. Some things in there. Evicted. Don't see anybody. Oh, there's people in here. Are there other people in there? I think there is people in there. Are those enemies?
Here they come! That's the last of them!
I guess this place is abandoned. Nico, ni. Unlock second story balcony. Messages to the private Bruce. Are we gonna need to get more attention? Sure, what do we have? Oh my god. Wait. Nothing here. Dissenters in the mist. They look like trolls, but different. Nothing here. What is this? Skin tough salve. Pistola. Another gun. Can you jump over? Oh, you can. Oh, cool. Alright, let's see. Saving. Let's go here. Locked. Pretty sure some junk at the trunk over here somewhere. Alright, girlie, where are you at? hell? And teleportation magic. Ooh, look at this over here. What is this? You look tough. Can I save? Alright, let's do this.
I'm ready for this.
Oops. Wrong person.
We did it!
Whoa, what is this? Is that what that's what the bar does? How come I can't charge that up? That's so weird. I can't charge it. It said that I could. Okay, where's the big I don't know if these animals were harmless. If they were, I apologize. Ew. Right, so where do I go? Wait, oh, okay. I don't understand how to. Okay, is that a monitor? How do I heal again? Oops, sorry, girl. Can you really die? I hope you can't. Ah, fuck!
So much blood!
So much blood. Oh, I just realized that there was, oh yeah, they're hostile. But, let's see. Okay, so...
I'm ready for this!
You're tough.
Got them all!
Can I heal you? Oh, you're on that. Okay, I don't remember how to use the healing ability. have it wrong. Just looking at this stuff. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Wait, did I just come? Yeah, I just came this way.
Here we go! Get past that armor! Moving! I'm going! Nice one!
Oh, she can die? How do you... How do I... Oh, okay. Oh, he scared me for a moment. Girl, I was gonna be pissed.
Where are we headed?
Oh, I'm gonna be so mad. Sad at the same time. I need to learn how to do these things. Should just put her over there or something. Flappies in the flappies. Yeah. Ambidrexin. Ambidrexin. Okay, so where are you telling me you want me to go over here?
Don't mess with us. You're fast.
Yes. Box, jewelry ring. I'm taking everything because I still don't know what is value, but I'm pretty sure that the same thing. Pretty sure the same. What was that? Money. I'm pretty furniture, toys, and any knick-knack, paddywhack, saber dog, one kind of thing. Is same thing as Fallout. Mac and cheese. Hello. Unlock door, I guess. It's red. Light ammo. Another explodey.
I wish I could do that.
Nice. Thinking cap let. I guess this. What's that? Thinking cap let. Ooh. Assault rifle. Armor parts. Take all that shit. Pick up pet pills. Sleep? I can sleep for hours. Pick up my best shot. Guess that's it. So I'm out of here. Okay, so where are we going? It's coming from there, so let's go evicted. Can I go up there? It's like you can jump from here to there, but shit. Let's see.
Yep, be right over.
Stay right there. Girl, I told you to come over here. Stay right here.
I'm going.
Okay, so inventory, item repair. Keeping your company gear in tip-top shape is expected, and something you're carrying needs repair. You can repair the weapons and armor at a workbench using weapon and armor parts. Get them from breaking down unwanted items. Players with ingenious gear can repair their gear without a need of workbench. Repairing the item returns its 100% durability and a full effectiveness, ready to cause or prevent damage. Keep your equipment in tip-top shape for company. Wait, when did I get all this? What the hell? I didn't even know I had all this. Well, be damned. Condition 80, 100%. Pistol's choice. Condition 50%. Revolver 100%. 86. Assault rifle. I only have one magazine for this. 215. One magazine, I guess, is the same as the other one. Ooh, what is this? Toss ball stick. Do I have anything for this? Ooh, oh, very nice. Let's see if I can do this shit from here. Ooh, lovely scope.
Hey, here we go! Down they go! Stay away!
I can do this shit from afar. But I suck at that and I need to improve more. Okay, so fix that. Weapons, are you okay? Okay, let's go.
Coming back.
Alright, let's go. Oh wait, you know what? I did not check their loot. That's very important. You got nothing on there. Oh, okay. Nothing. Gotta go upstairs and check to see what this person has. The blade tip. Is that it? Where are the other... The bodies disappear already? Well, I'll be damned. Yep, the bodies disappeared already. I don't see it. Oh no, unless I was really blind and I wasn't seeing anything. Okay, let's go. Evicted? There's so many evicted people here. What are you looking at over there? Nothing, I don't see nothing here. Let's move on to the next part. Guess I get to go to that tower later on. Adreno. Centers in our midst, the enemy seeks to destroy. Okay, this was some weird shit. I know I saw something here. I hope my game's not messing up. That would suck. Slicey dicey. Ooh.
Pretty good at this.
Display fashioned to resemble a pair of mighty primals required extensive field research. Let us have a moment of silence for the researchers who gave their lives in the pursuit of authenticity. Fishies and those tiger-looking creatures. Ooh, what's back here? Feast your eyes on the great frilled mantiqueen, sovereign of her nest, imported from the wild of the Terra One, and thrilled to excite your imagination. Oh, I can break this? Guess there's nothing here. Can I break these? I guess not. Okay. Messages. Nope. 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 I will not read that.
Easy.
Sometimes things are not even worth reading unless you guys are interested in lore and stuff like that. Zero G-Brew. Revolver, parts, and that. Okay, so nothing else here. Anybody home? Oh, I thought I could get that. Early toxin free. Take that. Don't know what that was, but it looked like a medikit, so I'm thinking it's a medkit. Okay, nothing here. Pick up Salmon. Yes, nice. Dervish Mist. Okay. Mag pick. And Sentry Blade. Big. Okay. Weapon. Cartridges. Okay. That's it. Okay, I'm done. And this. Oh, how did I miss that? How did I miss this? How did I miss that? Okay. What is going on here? This one.
Okay, keep him quiet. Eyes up! Don't mess with us.
I just slice your ass. Anybody want ass sandwiches? Now slice the meat. Light ammo. I'm gonna go in there. Can you go mag pick, cartridge bits, pep pills, pepper step. Ooh, antique saber, nice. Talk to the hand. Can't take anything else. Okay, nothing here.
That's smart. That's the last of them.
I don't understand. Oh shit! Where did I chopped your head off, or they're just disappearing? 'Cause I do not see your heads anymore. Cartridge. Okay. Trip blade. Oh shit! I already got sentry. I got too many sentry blades. Ammo boxes, noise. Cartridge. Okay, I've already been here, so let's go back out here. That's a log, so let's see what's in here. Hack, encode first aid key card. I didn't need to do that because I found the key. Okay. I've been there. Did I go over here yet? I think so. Yes. Alright, time to leave. Titus. Andronicus. Androidicus. Okay. 198 meters. Come on, girlie. Stay far behind. Look at the stuff that I got. Okay. So, stun button. You got a blade, 44, 73, 89 with the stun part to it. 2 revolvers. A regular pistol. Toss ball, block it. Okay, I already have that. Okay, your armor has is spraying. Okay. Riot armor 3, 4, 9, 4, 9. So I could put this stuff on here, but isn't this? Oh. Okay, so I put a jumpsuit on her. Pretty cool. And it's pretty detailed too, I like that. It's not like Fallout where it just looks like just cheap texture to it. That's cool, I like it. Okay, so let's see what this looks like on here. Oh, rags. So let's see, this one's a 4 and this one's a 3. Skill bonus, tech skills and stealth skills. I guess I'll just put that back. And then armor 4. Oh, armor 9. Light. Armor type light. Intimidate 3. Intimidate 3. One-handed melee. You look like one of those sand people from Star Wars. So this one's a 9. Intimidate 3. Intimidate 3. 3. 5. Let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, now let's I'll just use that for now. Alright. Wait, I still have other stuff that I need to look at. Inventory. Consumables. You can use junk or drop consumables that can be used directly to gain the various moves. Okay. What is this? Oh, I see. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff here. What is this? Movement speed with 20% melee to action speed. Last 15 seconds. Okay, basically a steroids. This is toxin absorber, harmful side effect. Now with activated Jarku. Speed grip. Bypass shunt, armor parts, weapon parts, mag pick. Your thermal passcode, captain's identification. There's this model spaceship bracelet. 25, necklace 25, ring 31, pocket watch. Okay, so let's move on.
Wish I could do that.
I don't need to be sneaking on this. After sneaking parts out of the industrial sector for a couple of days, I think I finally have everything I need to build my own flying death machine. However, upon closer inspection, I'm not entirely sure if these components will fit together properly. It's not like the board would build their own mechanicals with custom tooled parts, right? Everything will be in the modular. Okay. So I can have a combat drone. Ooh, plasma rifle. Nice. Activate and retrieve the same to stop buzzing their working fuse after install it again, but now there's a sharp clicking noise every few seconds and damn thing's right. Stabilize won't stop twitching. I'll try removing process core again and give it a few more whacks. That'll earn it. So how do you get that going? I can't do anything to that unless I'm missing something. I don't see anything else here. Anybody home? Water tablets don't stick together, so I gotta check it out later. Man, that runs a wall with that color. How far do I need to go? Okay, 130 meters. Is everybody dead in this area? Skin tough salve. Takes me. What's that, lava? It's like lava. Is there a sprint speed? I mean, is there a sprint?
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. Yeah, go ahead and ignore the lady with the gun.
I'm not doing nothing to you, and you're not doing nothing to me, so shut your face. I shouldn't be stealing, should I? Can't sleep there.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
A spittoon are those old school styles that I don't think a lot of young people won't know about it, and some will. It's one of those old school kind of can shape that goes like that. It's metal and it's kind of roundish, and usually here, ding, because they were spitting out their tobacco. Spittoon, that's basically what that is, but it's gross. Reed sent me to make peace with you. Is this your greenhouse? Looks like you made a home for yourself here.
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe.
I feel like
and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
I'm surprised you managed to grow anything out here.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why did you leave your old home? You picked a terrible place to put down roots.
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Send me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Wait. Ah, the car.
Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are...
Okay, let's see, where did it last save? I'm gonna try to this one. Reason why is because I forgot we were supposed to go to someone else as a,
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Okay, Vicar.
Yeah. Go ahead and ignore the lady with the gun.
Alright, so where were we going? Oh, I found someone.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Okay, you creeper.
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. Explains why you're still yammering on at me. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
I'm sorry, you guys. This cat likes to sit on me and suckle on me, so I'm pretty sure that was pretty loud. His name is Sherbert, by the way. And reason why I'm all the way down here is because he likes to lay down, and if I'm sitting in a regular position, he starts moving a lot, like he's trying to get into a comfortable position. Watch, he's gonna move right now, watch. Let's see. Keyboard closer because I'm holding him with my arm now. I gotta go even lower.
Could do without the gallows humor.
So there was somebody else that I needed to talk to. 430 meters. Here. Okay, so let's go to skills, perks. Furry wants to visit the town's vicar. She's a little uncertain about the task Reed has set before you. The vicar might be able to provide some more guidance. Speak to the vicar. Okay, so basically I gotta speak to the people that are here. Okay.
What is it? Over in the hothouse, tending crop. I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skills far as I could tell. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe, what is it?
So I guess this area, I need to talk to people. So let's go talk to these people.
Fancy duds. Do the tubes get in your way?
Excuse me.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
Up to the day of Zoe disappeared. Tell me a little about Zoe. Was she acting strange before she disappeared? Hold on. There was something else.
Zoe and I were going to watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Well, I'm not.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Was she acting strange before she disappeared?
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
Hold on, there was something.
Hey, I got time.
I got some more questions about Zoe.
I'll help if I can. Hey, I got time. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Canid meat? 469. I already have this. Lockpick 5. Sell Z junk B cell. Okay, helmet. Okay, I guess that's it.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Got it. Inside voices.
Patch, low pressure helmet, adrenal vent cartridge.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
I'm trying to talk to
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today's the day, Zoe. Today's the day, Zoe. Today is the day you take your destiny into your own hands by listening to Grace talk about the martyr's threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited, probably living in the campus out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrels' fires, probably mounted to the heads of their enemies on spikes and wearing a folk like me, living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could use a whole region if they were organized. I've been tucking away some of the Adelaide's food, and I got some spare cans of salt tuna. Should last me a couple of weeks if I ration. Got some Adrena's times too. Everybody loves Adrena time. Even the martyrs, right? I got the odds and the martyrs will let me throw in with them, and if I damage a couple of syringes of Adrena time before their eyes, this is gonna be great. Look out, Terror 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun, and I'm going to have a whole gang of martyrers at my back and call. Maybe I can even score some Rizos. To the carrot martyrs of Edabed, they were surrounded by the bandits who had to call themselves Farnable 14, and her hooligans featuring Zoe Bandit Queen. So she became a bandit. So just the payment, okay? Alright, so let's get this whole area out. Now let's go here, see what I can find. Let's see if I can get this one first. Closed, save. Hello, sir.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Okay.
could do that.
All this shit. What the hell they need it for? Ooh, there's a lot of shit in here. Heavy ammo, energy cells. And that's it. Well, you could take everything. It doesn't seem like I'm doing anything bad unless they. Oh, hello. Can we see some things? My cat took it. Oh, hello. Is that it? Oh shit, you're coming in, aren't you? Get in here. Bananas. Okay. I got some hair on it. I got some hair. Sometimes that will happen, sometimes it won't. Hello, man. Could you just walk away, please? Go, go, go. Go. Get out of here. Don't you dare. Get out of here. Shoo. Shoo, fly, shoo.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Okay, go, please. Hurry up. Check that shit. Hurry up and go. Burgers there. That. I guess I got rid of those things now. Okay, get out of here before I'm stuck. Gotta leave her in there. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. Things are starting to scare me. That's interesting. Okay, they're already going that way. Gotta talk to you.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Where? Oh, okay. Alright, so I'm going to be calling it here for this episode. I have no idea how long I've been recording. I know I haven't gotten far. I haven't done much, but it will get better. I actually have 2 jobs to attend to. They're actually laundromats. Sometimes you'll see like an embroiderment on my shirt. It'll have like a little washing machine. Sometimes it won't. I may take 2 laundromats. I'm gonna probably do a 3rd one. I'm not too sure, but I will start. I'm gonna try to get to the main point of the story so we can move on instead of just kind of diddle-dabbling. I might just run into the place real quick and just take off. Alright guys, I do appreciate it. If you go ahead and like, subscribe, and leave a comment with clicking that bell button so you can receive notifications when I upload the next video. Guys, again, I do appreciate you guys watching the videos that I create. If you have any feedback, just let me know, and I'll be willing to take your opinions and like whatever else they're calling. Alright guys, this is Panchito, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!